win.
I think the Alliance have turned to the dark side, man. They've grabbed Doom.
And now we have episode 3 where Admiral Bulldog is going to go evil and kill Baby Jedi or something. I don't know.
No, yes. Just no.
Not the children, Admiral Bulldog, not the children.
Just leave the children alone, babyface.
This is where Admiral Bulldog goes crazy over his love for Helen Alive.
You had to go there. You had to go there.
She died of her broken heart.
She died of over-insinuation.
She died of bad memes, Bulldog. What did you do?
Oh my god. Oh.
I knew there was going to be some fun to be had with this matchup.
Really? Really?
And hey, congratulations, Alliance won. They're going to China. Well played. They got off of the back of a first big two. I mean, so for me, it's
game is over. You were sitting there. At game number 2. Going 5 minutes in. Well, this isn't really a game of Dota. What this is Alliance taking what they want and giving nothing back. Team Empire, you can take what you want, but only when you get this, 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 and this. Never got this, this, and this. Alliance kept taking, you kept giving. That's what it was.
So it's pretty apparent to me that the series is won off of the back of the draft. I felt like Empire had the superior draft in game 1. They took that one. Alliance very clearly had, I mean, I didn't even see how clear it was in the draft until like Alliance started running at Team Empire, and they literally had no response with all their tier 2s down. Like, I didn't even see that coming, but Alliance very clearly won the draft, right, for game number 2. There's no question about it, right?
Yes.
So what happens in game number 3? Who's going to be winning that draft? Well, for me, it's kind of answered. First big Doom. I don't care what happens in Nanyang. That hero is OP, okay? I don't understand how there were 4 games where Doom was allowed to be picked up. Only the 5th game was Doom finally banned away.
It was actually hilarious watching you like talk about NYC when we first got into the studio today. I kept saying, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Guys,
Doom
keep
hasn't
losing
been games
nerfed yet.
because they let Doom through the first 2 time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, it went on because like the first 2 games Doom actually lost, so I guess there was some precedence to allow the
everyone's
Doom
just like,
through,
okay, that makes it Doom no longer top tier hero because he lost a fight.
That's definitely wrong. Just because a hero happens to lose doesn't mean that he's not OP as all hell.
And well, he did get nerfed, man. Like the Aghanim's.
Not yet though. It hasn't hit yet.
It hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet.
I was sitting there going like, am I going crazy?
It's actually happening. It's meant to happen like tonight or something. Like it happens after NYC. That the patch comes out, and then Doom's Aghanim's ulti won't do anywhere near as much damage. In fact, there's no damage upgrade for the Aghanim's ulti. But it doesn't matter anyway. Like, the damage increase is nice, but it's still deleting a hero from a fight. You just don't go the Aghanim's build on the Doom then.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You make him more of a fighter, which he already is doing anyway. You can pick up that Blink Dagger, you can pick up that Shadow Blade, you can run in close and just boom. And the Templar Assassin, you're picking TA into a Doom. So you're going to lose your refraction charges almost instantly. You got a little bit of extra armor with the Lich coming in, you deny that combo lane at least, but Alliance now also get a Dazzle. So they got the Restoration of Doom and Dazzle giving the bonus heal.
Yeah, I think it's more the fact that, I don't know, it just feels really weird that Team Empire, they're probably going to run something like Spirit Breaker, like Lich or something as a dual offlane to take advantage of the Lich pickup, but they did take that one away from Doom.
We should flag, this is the first time Team Empire has not picked up even the Tusker or the Spirit Breaker in the first 2.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Just the foreign
and apparently they put a lot of the value in the minus armor that Templar Assassin brings, and it's good. Like minus armor and physical damage, and if you have a way to stop regeneration, such as Ancient Apparition, which I expect to be banned away by Alliance, then you do have some sufficient counters to the Doom. But you are right about the refraction. Like there are some serious issues with Templar Assassin against Doom. The Dazzle also provides a damage over time and is going to be a sufficient support for the Doom as well.
How does that work with the Dazzle, with the hit into refraction? If you get like 3 targets around the Templar Assassin, does that take 3 charges of the refraction off?
Yeah. They're all different instances, but I was actually talking about Poison Touch, but yeah, there are multiple spells here that can do multiple instances of damage.
Our Alliance.
So refraction probably isn't going to be lasting too long in these fights, but if they get a good enough start in the laning phase and they get that fast Desolator, Blink Dagger, it may not matter, right? Because if they have the superior initiation, it doesn't matter because the Templar Assassin puts out that damage so quickly.
Actually, I'm wondering if Alliance want to ban out the AA. It makes sense when you get the Lich and the AA, but you're drafting a lineup with no real stuns for Team Empire. It might be passive enough that Alliance get really confident where you run Admiral Bulldog safe lane, and then you get this aggressive combo with Dazzle, +1 as an aggro tri-lane, and you actually stick it to Team Empire.
Oh,
like you force out the lane a little bit more.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Apparently
they banned the Beastmaster instead. They're actually fine with this. They're not going to pick up Ancient Apparition.
Okay, apparently the patch is out since NYC just ended. Apparently they implemented it.
Okay, so that's what we downloaded tonight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Did we download a patch? I don't remember.
There was a very small
Dota
patch.
2. Either way, I was talking about specifically for NYC.
How do you know? Like every time my Dota crashes, it patches. Like it's a semi-sync, semi-patch. Like I already crashed 3 times tonight, and and each time it made me patch. I'm like, okay, just what happened.
Okay, so we're going to see. They didn't actually ban away the Ancient Apparition, which may be pickup for Team Empire, but it would leave you pretty passive on the supports,
Yeah,
very focused on the laning
That's what
phase,
I'm really worried about.
which is not really to Team Empire's playstyle. Loha Dance especially likes to be able to run those kind of aggressive positions that roam around.
That's actually so smart with their ban too. Like if it was because we've been seeing more and more. The secret of doing this a lot with Eternal Envy, like they push him into the off lane, so you can run this dual off lane position with a roaming gank to help out mid as well as help out the off lane, and with a really safe laner on top, which in this case is Doom. But okay, so you take out Darks, you take out Beastmaster, even the Slaughter, the Tusker, the Spirit Break is still available in the pool. But what do you want to do? Run.
Okay, so Wraith King is by far one of the best carries to pick against Doom. He provides a good amount of physical damage. He oftentimes goes an initiating item, but it's the second life, right? The Doom, you can't use Doom against Wraith King because he has reincarnation. It's just not a good idea. So
Alliance needs sustainable damage. Like they need to be able to survive in the fight as well as have damage after the Doom. Or you just Doom the Templar Assassin and let everyone else take care of the Wraith King.
Yeah, most likely you're just going to get some heavy disables that are able to kite the Wraith King around. You also want to make sure that you get some early game presence because Wraith King comes online pretty quickly. He's very similar in the Sven, except for that he's even more sped up than the Sven is. Because the Sven relies on he does have some farming tools, and he also relies on some more basic items. Wraith King, because he has that extra life, comes online even faster, and oftentimes can play super aggressive if he just has a Blink Dagger. So,
which means he can combine with the TA. It means if they also win a fight, going in for Roshan's just become a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, oftentimes the Radiant side do like to have at least one good Rosh-taking hero in this meta, just because Roshan's such a prevalent part of the game. We saw that stat earlier from Lurker Derp. It was like something like 73% of all teams that take the first Roshan win the game.
Yeah,
and that's probably much higher than many other previous patches.
Hello, Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
S4 Comfort, Admiral Bulldog Comfort, Arcade Comfort.
It works well against the Templar Assassin situationally because there's another damage over time against the Refraction. Queen of Pain can win the matchup against TA, though TAs have kind of figured out how to play it. It's usually around Psyblade's harassment. Wraith King is potentially kited around by the Shadow Strike, and the Queen of Pain is a tempo controller that comes online relatively early that can prevent Team Empire from rolling over you. So I think Alliance have the correct responses so far. I really like their lineup, and Team Empire don't have too much that can change that. The Wind Ranger picked up. Team Empire are actually very similar to Vici Gaming in that they can run a 4-position Wind Ranger, which I believe this is what it's going to be. It's the only other options are Wind Ranger is run as an offlaner here, as some sort of dual lane, or they run a Wraith King support. Neither of which, and they're just so very, very unlikely.
You already went over all the strengths of running a Wraith King core as well. Like you want him to be the second life and damage, so he's got to be the core. TA is a core.
Yeah, so it's pretty much guaranteed Wind Ranger is going to be the support here. Alliance, though, have the opportunity to reset fights now. This is particularly good against Wraith King, who makes this sort of heavy commitment. You know, he's like, fight me, and he throws out a stun, he dies, he slows down everyone around you. That will be the follow that sets up the
10
follow-up for
seconds
the
remaining.
rest of a Team Empire to come forward and win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Naga Siren will
5
use that
seconds
as a
remaining.
trigger for her ultimate. She'll reset the fight oftentimes when Wraith King makes that heavy commitment.
Team Empire actually think this is a
Turn to
core
bed.
Naga Siren. Because I was wondering what then Loda builds into in this game. And I was thinking maybe, like, with all this early control and damage the Lions have got, that should be like a nuts Naga Siren, and then you run like an anti-mage as your final one for Loda.
10
Really great up
seconds
against heroes
remaining.
like Wraith King. Might get shredded though by the
5
TA and the Wind
seconds
Ranger,
remaining.
if that is cause.
They probably feel like the Alliance
Reserve
needed
time.
more control out of their support, and the Naga Siren doesn't perhaps offer you enough from a support
10
position. Like the
seconds
Ensnares,
remaining.
you know, pretty good, but there are some better supports left. And
Team
Disruptor very clearly
Empire's
would have been
turn
one
to
of the
pick.
best controlling heroes left in the pool.
Yeah.
If they still want to go, you know, I'm still kind of with you. I don't see like that many downsides to running a support Naga Siren. I
Because
think
like,
you
what's Team Empire gonna do? Pressure you really early on before the Naga hits level 6? All you gotta do is just stack up the camps quite nicely, and then have someone that can capitalize on that.
yeah, it's
I
kind of.
suppose Anti-Mage isn't really that, and Queen of Pain isn't really that. Like, Scream Clearance is one
10
way, but
seconds
What
remaining.
offlaners are left for Team Empire that match with the
5
Lich?
seconds
Unless Lich
remaining.
is going to be doing something different and going like mid with the sacrifice. There wasn't too many melee heroes left.
Alliance's turn
Usually
to
you want
pick.
melee because it takes advantage of what the Lich gives you.
yeah.
And there was like Clockwork, but he's a solo offlaner. So they go for Sand King instead. This does give them a lot more early team fight and another Blink initiator.
That it does. And Pound Rider, the last pickup from Alliance. This should be a Loda dude. No, it's a Loda Naga. And a Bat Rider to be played by S4, sorry. And then My Nuts. Wait, he's on Queen of Pain.
No, they're going to be swapping this around. They're just trying
Yeah.
to confuse Team Empire.
Okay, so it's got to be a support Doombringer then. Naga is a core. Bat Rider for Admiral Bulldog. S4 on the Queen
I
of Pain.
mean-
Sorry. S4 Bat Rider.
There was a time where there was this theoretical, and I believe someone even tried to execute it,
What
Queen
else?
of Pain support.
Really? Okay,
Yeah, it
how,
was really
how
weird.
logically does that work?
Right? It's just like Shadow Strike is such an amazing harassment ability that, and then you have a support with a blink mechanism that you you focus on playing the harassing game with the Queen of Pain. I don't like it.
It's also really poor up against
10
heroes like
seconds
Sand King
remaining.
as well as TA,
Yeah.
who can just dodge. I think that's
5
another
seconds
problem.
remaining.
So it's probably going to be the S4 mid Bat Rider. I thought it was going to be
let's
the
watch 'em.
4 position.
They're not switching. They're not switching. This is actually going to be a support
Prepare
Queen
for
of Pain.
battle.
S4 is built for the middle lane as the Bat Rider, so it will be a support Queen of... This is a very risky game to throw out support Queen of Pain on if it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
I really thought they were going to be going mid Bat Rider, which that is definitely happening. But I thought it was going to be the switch up of the Queen of Pain and the Doom that was going to be different. Because what they're seeing here is Alliance can definitely run some sort of like Naga Siren, Dazzle, bottom lane and create space for what I thought was going to be the Queen of Pain top lane solo, but it actually turns out to be the Admiral Bulldog Doom is going to be there instead. I thought they were actually running a 4-position Doom, which I thought was way too greedy. But instead
Yep.
they're running a 4-position Queen of Pain, which I
30
don't
seconds.
really
But-
know
but
how to
they-
qualify this. I
I
think
would-
it's too greedy, but
Man, I would make them both 3.5. Like, that's the way I would approach this one. Because Admiral Bulldog can stay inside the jungle. There's no problem with that. He wants to grab an early creep. You give Nut space on the top lane to get a couple of levels up and running.
yeah.
And when you feel like Admiral Bulldog, if there's no contesting inside the jungle, you put the Quap on the lane. She's got an escape mechanism, a.k.a. the Blink. So you're perfectly all right with that.
Yeah,
It's-
most of the
it's-
time-
It's greedy, but it works as
The
long as
battle
Empire don't want to
begins.
move into the dire jungle and punish them.
So S4 will take the Bat Rider Bounty Rune. He'll go mid against the Templar Assassin. This matchup, as you can imagine, is very favorable for the Bat Rider because you're able to burn through Refraction. But it is middle lane, and that's a tough lane for Bat Rider to actually maintain control. One of the change-ups of Bat Rider that may make this lane more favorable for the Bat than
His Flame Break.
is the Flame Break doing damage over time. So that actually could be something that we see implemented here. I'm not sure how. Like, this is very clearly S4 has tried this matchup before, and he's going to know a lot more about it than I do.
the last time I saw S4 though play this Bat Rider mid, he really prioritized going into Firefly. And like both still work against the Templar Assassin, and with the sticky napalm stacks, he just lost it there. But he's spraying out a hell of a lot into that Templar Assassin, just giving her so many stick charges. So even that early damage which you might get from something like a Flame Break, you're not really seeing a big return coming in, because the damage will just be repaired by the sticks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't anticipate him to go, if he does go Flame Break, it's going to be probably at level 4. Is when you may see it leveled up. But we'll see. The Lich is obviously going to help out a lot in this lane. The creepy equilibrium, you know, pulling that back. Obviously, the harassment that's available on the Bat Rider as well. He won't feel comfortable moving forward with Firefly and actually trying to dive onto the Templar Assassin, because what happens if the Lich actually turns out to be there? He slows down the Bat, and you know, there's potential even for a turnaround. You could see he's actually holding on to a skill point right now. He's only just now going to go Firefly because he sees the opportunity to actually kill Yoku, and he's right.
Oh, wow.
That's a free kill.
With no
Yoku.
refraction charges available, the Templar Assassin stick charges galore, but there's no chance.
I oftentimes feel like professional players, especially in the mid lane, forget matchups and how they work. And I think that was very clear. Like, if you don't see a hero for a long time, you sometimes can forget how to play against him. And I think that's why you see a lot of, like, flavor of the week, flavor of the month heroes that come in. You see, oh, wow, this hero's viable again. And then teams readjust and go, okay, remember how to play against the Keeper of the Light? Yeah, okay, let's fix that. And then, you know, the Keeper of the Light gets phased out. Here, I feel like Yoku very clearly forgot about the matchup against the Bat Rider and made a very obvious misstep. Like, you don't go down to 6 charges. Now he's going to be caught again.
Wow, Nuts actually blinks forward to go for that Shadow Strike, and the Templar Assassin's got no way out. Nets 4, he's going for more, and he's able to slow down No Fear just enough, take some decent damage from the tower. But they find 2, and there's that rotation from the Queen of Pain. It's like the old can to the Templar Assassin. As long as she doesn't get melled off, then you're able to get that Shadow Strike off. But it's the double slows that come with the Bat Rider as well as the Cop together, and Bat goes back to heal up, and now Nuts is a level 4 Queen of Pain 3 minutes in. He did take the experience from the lane on top, but Bulldog was just stacking and farming inside of his own jungle, and now can just force resolution, not out of the lane, but he doesn't really care. He's got the armor buff up because he consumed the Wild Wing. And Loader, in the meantime, is top of the CS on the bot.
Wow, this is such an intricate strat. Like, it could be really intricate if it all goes right, because then you have certain situations where, okay, the Bat Rider actually goes and takes away some of the stacks that Doom set up, where he was eating the big creep, but all the smaller creeps are still there, so that S4 can actually farm up some of that and leave open the middle lane.
Get ready to go bottom lane. The blink's going to come in from Nuts. He goes to the Shadow Strike. Aloha just needs a little bit more damage, and there it is from the Riptide. Arcade survives through all of this, and they move over towards Silent. The blink scream, well, the scream's actually available. Get in range. The stun will go over on Nuts with a burst heal from Arcade. They reach behind the tower. Nuts going to blink himself away from the tower. So this is a Queen of Pain with an earn 4 minutes in, already gaining charges.
Oh,
and
look
middle
at
lane,
middle.
S4 just prepped it up perfectly. And there goes your Templar Assassin. They come in to see 5 stick charges up. 5 sticky napalm charges up, and the Flame Break does the rest of the work.
Yeah, look how quickly, like, he just threw out the Flame Break, and then, like, one instance of Firefly, I think, hit. The Templar Assassin refraction was gone,
Yep.
right? Because between the damage over time, the Firefly, everything else, he was just like, boom. The refraction instantly gets taken out, and it's so much damage, especially against T. Like, TA is rather squishy when she doesn't have that refraction, so.
I'm loving this draft. Like, I'm really loving this draft. It's so circumstantial, however, because how many times we get a Doombringer through the first area? S4 now is going to last 2 on the TA. Starting with the sticky napalm, you got the Shadow Strike on the TA as well. There's no melt to dodge. Even if you do, it's not going to help you. The refraction just disappears as fast as it comes up. It's 7 for 0 in favor of Alliance. I thought this draft might be risky, but holy crap. This is so strong. The Queen of Pain's rotations have been working 100% of the time.
Yeah, if this was some of the other, like, tier 2-ish teams, I would have looked at this draft and gone, like, what the hell are you doing? What's going on? But, you know, like, Alliance are much more strategic than that. And they very clearly had a plan, especially since this is Game 3 of a finals where they could go to WCA. They very clearly had a plan. I was just reserving my judgments going, okay, they clearly have something in mind. I just don't see it yet. And now we're watching it. I mean, the Bat Rider's destroying the Templar Assassin. The Queen of Pain rotating, which we've been watching the Bat Rider destroy mid, but it's also the Queen of Pain's impact on these lanes as well. Neither top nor bottom has been winning their lane, so all three are being won right now by Alliance because of this rotating Queen of Pain.
And they're winning the Radiant jungle. S4 just came over and took the stacks. So he's up to 1,700 gold on this Batrider, 6 minutes in. His net worth is sitting at 3.5k. He's actually out-farming the Doombringer at the moment, who's still just burning his Devour on the top. But at least Resolution's finding something up here, but what do you really get out from this SK? Oh, whoops, goodbye, Wraith King. What do you really get out from this SK? Like, you get a Blink Dagger on him. Empire don't have any follow-up. It's almost back to the same situation as we had previously. You have the initiation, you have the control. It's like watching a black hole with nothing else behind it. That's what it's going to feel like for this SK. And My Dunce actually has level 6 too. Is he going to get yeah, he's got Arcane Boots. So he actually can give Loader even more as well as Arcane. They have Sonic Wave available, so just one control, they can burn through this Wraith King. Silence not even level 6 yet, so Reincarnation isn't even an option. So they go, there's your control, start with the Shadow Strike, Scream still available as well, level 2, the Shackle, nicely from Aloha, but the damage, you still have Arcane giving that burst heal, and Aloha's into the tree line. They're about to go 0 for 10. In fact, they already do because Admiral Bulldog gets a kill on top. Now they see him into the tree, and Nuts blinks forward. It's a double kill for him, and they have just cracked Empire. 11-0, 7 minutes in. Like, this is a stomping. This is what it is.
The last time I remember this kind of score was the ESL 1 Frankfurt 2014 finals.
Never forget IG.
22-0. And it's very rapidly turning out to be that kind of game. Like, the Templar Assassin, her way back into this game is the Lich has been stacking up Ancients. But the problem is, this isn't going to get the Templar Assassin enough. Like, she's still operating on just brown boots. So this Ancient stack isn't going to give her the Desolator or Blink Dagger that we usually want to see. Because her laning phase farm is just so minimal.
And you look at the comparison between the two of them, like TA as well as the Batrider. S4 versus Yoku. S4 has his Blink Dagger in under 8 minutes. This is with Tranquils, this is with Bottle. He's 4-0-1. It's the dream start for a Batrider. Loader, I don't even know what he wants to go here. Did he just... Okay.
My Nuts is gonna die.
Okay, yeah, Resolution's behind him. That's the first kill coming the way, so they at least avoid the 22. But SK gets 702 gold for a kill on support Queen of Pain. Batrider's going to try and stop this, however. Ooh. Resolution quickly into Sandstorm. Now, Batrider did take the Illusion Rune, going to push him back. The Firefly's keeping the vision up. And S4, he can't reach him in time. The TA traps will ensure that. But it's down on bottom lane, that RK as well as Loader. Oh, Loader's just moving forward on some. The Shackle won't be able to latch and Loader. Okay, they're not going to reset. There's one charge will pop from Wraith King, he comes back, Wraith King, and he pops back up to
not sure why they're
life.
challenging at the bottom lane without level 6. Wraith King is still just shy of having that ultimate. And even then, if they just let their ultimate get burned through and they don't get anything for it, and this is the big downside, right? When you're running heroes like Lich and Templar Assassin, they're not going to be able to rotate to that bottom lane and have a very clear impact. It has to be Sand King. Resolution has to stop this.
Silence got no armor. He's sitting in the tree line. Aloha. Okay, yeah, sorry. You're kind of gone. Wind Ranger is down for the count. There's no extra help here. And it's 14 for 1 on the board. The weave from RK is so early as well. Like, the Wraith King was negative 6, I think, from the armor when that fight began. And now they even removed the fresh Observer Ward. Nuts gets rid of that before it even starts. So Empire getting blind on the map. They lose a tier 1 tower to Naga Siren. Nuts is a level 7 Queen of Pain rotating around. The Batrider has a Blink Dagger waiting for a target. And it looks like Empire are going to try and get aggressive. They smoke on No Fear as well as Resolution. Now, there's no epicenter. SK went for a 4-4-0-0 build. So even if they do get that Burrow Strike off into an epicenter, Admiral Bulldog will just walk it off. Because there's no follow-up. Like, what are you going to do? Sandstorm after Burrow Striking? They need more.
See where this two-man smoke leads us. They gotta kill Doom. I'm not even sure if they have the power to do so, though.
He's got drums and level 4 scores.
Oh, I mean, they don't have Epicenter.
Yeah.
The Resolution hasn't leveled it yet,
Yeah.
so they definitely don't. But I was thinking, even with Epicenter, it's not enough burst damage.
Because it's not enough of a slow. Like, yeah, the move, like, Scorched Earth got tweaked, but still. Now Alliance rotate up, Resolution, Blink Lasso, they already catch him out. A Sonic Wave from Nuts, they want to make sure that stun's taken out, but Resolution, he goes up, he'll deny himself off. Actually, no, the Bat Rider, it was the Flame Break burn over time that actually gets the kill. TA, he's doomed up for the moment. The Lich Holdy will bounce around, but it's back over the creeps. The TA's down for the count. Silent's going to reincarnate, but, well, he doesn't want to come back to this world. This is a horrible, horrible world for the Empire. The Alliance reigns supreme as underneath their tier 1 tower, the burst heal is ridiculous. A double kill arriving from My Nuts. 18-1, 11 minutes in, another tier 1 tower to take a fall. And one of you guys a return. Nuts even thinking about having a crack at the mid. TP support's coming in. Yeah, he's going to go for this. There's RK, a blink forward for some burst heal. Wind Ranger runs away. Okay, doesn't have enough, even with the urn charge. But Bat Rider's does. That's a level 2 flame break. The Shackle will latch over on Nuts, but there's that blink forward. Say goodbye right now to your Wind Ranger. Nuts, he's gonna blink, he's away! He's on 30 life. Urn charges back up again. S4, they're going to reset. In fact, just disengage completely with the Song of the Siren from Loader, allowing him to move back. And Empire, they need something. They need anything. They're coming after Loader. The stun is out. He doesn't have a lot of life to work with, but now Admiral Bulldog, they get the kill over on Loader, but the Scorch goes to work. He's even going to set a blast if he wants to use it to ensure a little bit of extra damage into that Templar Assassin. Wraith King, no reincarnation. Let it go out of the chest, Bulldog. He's not going to go a Kamehameha. They just keep moving themselves back, Empire. But it's kill after kill. No Fear will drop as well. A double kill coming in for RK. The Shackle will latch over on Nuts, but there is no way they're going to contest this one. S4, no one hangs around close enough for him to get a blink initiation, so they will hold it at 2-2-2.
Jesus. Empire. I am looking at this game and I'm like I'm just watching and I'm just going, okay, where are the openings? Like, how can they get back into this game? Because you don't want to just say as an analyst, it's over. There's nothing that Empire can do from here on out. You have to try and come up with something. You have to look at, you know, okay, can they make some sort of smoke objective? Can they? And that's what I was talking about earlier, right? And I was like, Resolution has to put a stop to this bottom lane.
And with the epicenter, he might have been able to do something like.
But now we've transgressed to a point where even as he does get, you know, finally has epicenter, he's soon going to have his blink dagger. I'm just not convinced that's going to be enough. Alliance have gained so much control of this game because they've got so much map control, they're able to play these really aggressive wards, and who the hell on Empire is going to de-ward at this point? You know, like, you don't have enough golds to do that.
You've lost Silence. Reincarnation's down, he TP's out, Flame Break. Yeah, S4 waiting until the very last moment for that. So, there goes the kill. And Nuts is ready to go again. He's still got Sonic Wave up and running. Resolution goes for the Burrow Strike. Sandstorm's available. A Blink Dagger, and that's a haste rune on the Bat Rider. He'll lasso and drag back Resolution so far that Nuts even has Dust available, and there goes Resolution. Too much napalm, and he'll end up going down. Bulldog finds himself strapped to a tree. But that only holds him for so long. He breaks free, now this tier 1 tower will drop. Loader is having the time of his life on top. He's almost got enough money for his relic. Like, he's up to 2.9k gold. The tower goes down, 3.1k gold.
And this is one of the least farmed heroes. It's the least farmed core on the side of Alliance. When talking about Loda potentially picking up a relic by like 16 minutes.
Do we actually want to count Nuts almost into this? Because Nuts is... Like, you've got a Nagasaran that's been farming like that, but you've got a Queen of Pain who's actually in front of him in net worth right now.
Yeah, he's going to have his Ags really damn quickly. The only thing that Alliance are not really able to do with all this space is take Roshan efficiently. It's actually not worth the amount of time that it would take them.
I don't think it really matters at this point. Like, it's... Yeah. Like, they just keep farming that, just keep winning fights up against Empire until Empire find critical items, but where do you find it? Silent needs to get something like, what, an armlet? I don't even know if that will do enough when you're going up against this Bat Rider as well as all the other damage which can burst damage him down. Like, it might even just remove him where you can't even armlet toggle up and down.
Yeah. The thing that Alliance need to do to stay in control is to make sure that they don't get caught out by like that 5-man epicenter. And the best way to do that is just to keep yourself really spread. And they've got great heroes to do for it. Doom is very self-sufficient, so he can be alone by himself in the bottom half of the map. You've got the Naga Siren controlling the top half of the map, where she's very self-sufficient at this point in time when you're spamming out illusions. And then you have the Bat Rider, who's just constantly hunting by himself, and then once he finds it,
got him.
He gets the rest of the team there.
Nuts will come and help out. I want to talk about him in just a moment after we watch Templar Assassin die. Check out Nuts' build. He's not going the Aghanim Scepter. He's building the mech for the team. He's got himself a buckler on this Queen of Pain. The rotations have been so successful that he'll actually have a completed mech before 20 minutes.
I mean, whatever. You could build whatever you want. You could build 5 urns, and it'll still be an efficient build on a Queen of Pain when you're this far ahead.
Especially as the 4th position. Never before have we seen a 4 this strong. Nuts is just loving it.
Yeah, he really is.
So they stack up all the cams. S4's finish up the 4-staff with the Blink Dagger with Tranquil Boots 16 minutes in. The Doombringer is back on top as the top net worth. And I'm wondering if Admiral Bulldog now, because he's just going for the Shiva Scum, as they have been taking fight after fight, or if they look to going up. And if they're looking to going up, is that when you want to see something more like the Assault Cuirass on the Doombringer?
You're probably going to see both builds here by Doom, both the AC as well as the Shivas. I think Shivas is better as a first item, and AC will follow it later. But the thing about this build, especially against heroes like Wraith King specifically, is that this build offers you a lot more sustained damage. You were talking about that in the draft, is that that's what Alliance kind of needed, right? This is how Doom is versatile as a pick, in that even in his core position, you don't know where he's going to be at. He could be 4 position, 3 position, or 1 position, but even his build can differ. Where you don't go like the Blink Ag, so you actually go for, you know, a lot more armor base with the Eternal MV carry build, where you get both the Shivas and AC, and with the Wolf Aura, it's enough. Now that they have the Wolf Aura, by the way, they should probably take Roshan for themselves, because now they can do efficiently. With the increased damage of the Doom, as well as the Medallion on the Dazzle, they finally have enough.
Yeah. It is the Shiva's Guard build. So you're right, it will be Shivas into potentially AC. But this is the timing now for Empire. So Roshan's about to be done. Resolution just got his Blink Dagger. So they put down the sentry ward, they make sure they're not being watched. They need to actually sentry on the hillside as well. They're not being watched. It is a 4-man smoke move. I think S4 showed himself for a moment. Actually, no, he didn't attack into the trap. But they're rotating up. They're not looking for Roshan. Like, Alliance are going in for it now. But they've gone into the dire jungle to try and find the pickoff. Now, they're not going to find anything. If they find Loader, like, whoopity-doo-dah. Like, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. Roshan is still going to end up getting completely destroyed by Alliance, and they've gone the wrong way.
You've got a Solar Crest on Ake now.
What?
It wasn't even just a Medallion, it's full-on Solar Crest.
What is their advantage here? It's almost... Okay, this is going to pop up to 19k. They're going at a K a minute.
Yep. That is, I've never seen a team come back. I've never seen a team come back from the 20,000 by 20, 25 by 25.
Well, how do you even do that? It's not possible. Like, the mech is fully done. You got a Shiva's gun up and running. You got a Bow Rider with a jam. So Resolution can't even Sandstorm dodge anymore. He has to fight, like, directly. Okay, as you said, like, he picked up the Solar Crest. You got an Aegis Immortal on the Doombringer. So Admiral Bulldog is now beyond Immortal. And Loader doesn't even... He's just playing his own game. He's playing PvE. He's not joining the rest of his teammates. He is just farming everywhere on the map. He wants to go. But he'll have to join the rest of his teammates soon. Like, the Radiance is up and running. They take over everything. We're getting a Blade Mail build coming in from Silent.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any other option. His best opportunity for damage is relying on the enemy's team damage, right? Like, Blink Dagger isn't going to do that much. You'll blink and stun, and your right clicks aren't going to threaten these heroes because they'll have enough armor to deal with it.
And how much does Nuts just want to pop Silent right now? If he could do that and put that reincarnation on a cooldown, it's still a level 1 reincarnation. 260 seconds of a cooldown on an ability. There's a reason why, like, reincarnation is sometimes just left alone until you hit level 11, because the cooldown is just so damn long.
They have a gem on S4, so
there's no vision for Empire because of this.
No vision, no real good escape for the Sand King either.
Yep. It's the dream
He's
right
just
now
hard
for
pushing
Alliance.
out top as the SK, because there's no other.
Both obs are gone. There's one obs left on the map right now for the Radiant side. It's over in the dire jungle, which is out where Resolution's farming. Resolution's been dodging these fights, and Empire know it. Like, we're back into what you class it? A grab bag right now for Alliance. Except, like, this bag of Empires belongs to Alliance as well. Empire can't grab anything back themselves. It just gets stolen from them. So Silent, that's that reincarnation cooldown they really couldn't afford to have on cooldown, because now they have no real fight. He's out here trying to farm, but down for the count, 38 seconds. The tier 2 tower to drop as well. And everyone's just forced back. TA is so close to the Desolator. She needs just another 500 gold to do it. But even that damage output, I don't think it's going to be enough. Like, in they come. S4, Blink Lasso. End up catching out the Wind Ranger. Nice Blink Burrow Strike forward into the Lich ulting. Now, well, what's really going to be done? That Flame Break is ticking down, but he is no. He actually burns before he gets home. What do you do?
They had a Chain Frost and an Admiral Bulldog, and it was like I was watching his heal out contesting the Chain Frost damage. So Toby, you asked me what can you do about this kind of advantage? Here's what you do. As Empire, you take your 5 players. I don't mean heroes. You take your 5 players, you put them in a circle, you all hold hands, and you start summoning the demon language of old. And you hope to summon Ifrit to smite your enemies in real time here. And then as their heroes are AFK, you try and pick them off one by one. But even then, I'm not sure, because
here's the chance. Oh, no, it's not. No, chance is gone. Chance is lost. The reset from the Naga ulti is just too much. It's unstoppable. It's a full wipe. Resolution comes in for one last glory epi, but it's not going to do enough work. They take out 4. The buyback from the Templar Assassin. The Empire have lost everything. The establishment is dead.
Close game.
It's 2-3-3. We've actually gotten the Devil's version of 3-2-2.
I mean, I'm proud of Resolution for keeping a sense of humor, because that was pretty bad. I think Empire realized, like, okay, we just got outdrafted by this, like, really clutch draft from Alliance. They very clearly have this idea.
You can't blame Empire for, like, how do you see that? You see the Queen of Pain come up and you're like, well, it should be this. The Doom's up as well. Okay, it's got to be Admiral Bulldog on this thing as well. How do you see a 4 position arrive like that? You
have to look really far ahead in the future, or really far behind in the past.
You can't predict metal like that, man.
Or behind in the past.
Like, the Jedi might meditate to actually understand the future and understand what's going to happen before them. But the Sith, they're here, they're now, they're dealing absolutes, and the absolute fact is Empire lose it 2-1. Yeah. I should say Empire of the Alliance win it 2-1. So Alliance, they triumph. And that means they get to go to China for WCA. They will join Secret as the 2nd team to qualify from Europe. And this is now the 2nd big event they qualify, WCA, and they qualified for the major. And what confidence. Like, you go all the way through the open qualifier, coming into the major as well. You got to be feeling good if you're Alliance. The fact you can do drafts like this and it pays off so well.
Yeah, for me, it's no longer a question. I do believe Alliance are now a Tier 1 team. Now they just have to prove it at the major.
Yeah.
And this is, for the most part, an experienced team. MyNuts is the only one who's kind of new to the squad. They've been in this position before, so I anticipate to see them not falter at a major. I think they will do quite well there. Obviously, I'm not expecting first place or anything, but I do think that they'll be able to contest some of the major Tier 1 teams. And this is also the 2nd time that they've managed to win it with a support Queen of Pain. So they'll be